Good day, everyone. I am Michael, moderator for this webinar. I welcome everyone for today's webinar, which is Goal Setting Success Moving the Chains. I would now like to introduce our presenter for today, Deborah Jenkins. Deborah Jenkins has over 20 years of experience as an accounting and human resource HR professional. She further is a certified human resource professional from some of the leading associations in the world, including a professional in human resource, PHR, from the Human Resource Certification Institute, a Society for Human Resource Management Certified Professional, SHRM-CP, and a Toastmasters Competent Leader, CL. I would now like to hand over the floor to the speaker. Over to you, Deborah.
Thank you, Michael, and welcome everyone. I am pleased to spend this next hour with you discussing goal setting, achievements, and how to be successful with using moving the chain concepts and putting a little bit of fun into this discussion. As Michael mentioned, I have a background in human resource management and leadership development and working with teams of all different sizes and levels and occupations and industries to better their goals and leadership skills. Our objective today will be to understand why it's important to map out our game plan, explore how to relate American football goals to professional goals, identify priority calls, and recognize how SMART goals align with success. We will have a brief introduction on this topic, followed by the top 12 goal achievement lessons, and then takeaways and action items. To introduce this topic, it is revolving around American football. So let's start right off with Goal Achievement Lesson 1, with moving the chains, thus the title of the presentation. This is a great demonstration how to set orderly micro goals to reach the ultimate macro goals. Now, how do we apply that to a business environment or a professional environment for success? We can look at, here's an example. Lesson number 2, here's your clues. SMART goals. So what does that look like in American football? How can we put this into play in our professional life? Here is a quote from Dr. Darren Gray, anesthesiologist, from Dr. Tom Seaman, a chiropractor and business owner. Here is lesson number 3. Teamwork. You knew that, didn't you? You were about ready to type it. Collaboration. Yes, that's a great one too. Teamwork and collaboration really go hand in hand together. And teamwork in American football, your professional life, when we're looking at your team, your teamwork, your collaboration. Sergeant Travis Welsh, who's now retired, so this also goes into play with your retirement goals as well. Dr. Bob Ruckman, who is a veterinarian and business owner. And now on to goal achievement lesson number 4. Here are some clues. Agility. But what does this look like now for, all right, lesson number 5, relationships. Building and maintaining strong relationships. Putting this into professional success. Dylan Swandle, who was a college football player and now is an inspector with Cannabis Control Division. Lesson number 6, leadership. Leadership matters. What does that look like within our business world, our professional lives? As Brian Kaufman, a prior university player and president of a very prominent business here in town. Lesson number 7, humility. Swallowing your pride in your professional career. So our next clue, number 8, how about accountability? There are do's and there are don'ts. When it comes to professional success, as cattle rancher Josh Jenkins said, lesson number 9, resiliency. That's mentally and physically. So it's a personal responsibility put into professional world. And that made me think of this song by Tub Thumpin' by Chumbawamba. 10 we've got, and the answer to lesson number 10 is preparedness. Preparedness physically, mentally, and knowledgeably within the pregame ritual, here are some very interesting rituals. Let's look at some examples. As Sergeant James Bergen said, this one's a large one, but it's important. And as football official and retired bank executive Mike McCluskey said, 2 more lessons to tackle. That equates into focus. Avoid distractions. Examples in professional world. And the last but not least is this. These are all celebrations. Celebrate the wins. In the business world, counting your blessings can involve practicing gratitude rituals. And our recap and takeaway, as Yogi Berra says, if you don't set goals, you can't regret not reaching them. So your call to action would be to consider, where can you and your team use improvement? And we have concluded within 60 minutes of start times. Thank you, Michael. And I appreciate spending this hour with all of you and encourage you to just continue doing your best and keep setting those goals and continue learning from any setbacks that you might encounter along the way, and know you're doing great work with whatever your goal is set for. And I wish everybody a blessed day.
Once again, thank you, Deborah, for the great presentations. So that does conclude the session for today. Thank you, everyone, for participating. You may all disconnect now. Have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.